friendly for expats to use, and so far we've had 1,000 expat users.
Shi also says, as the English version has just been launched, there might still be some improvements to be made, and there's also a hotline to call if expats have any questions. 新之松上来。
Some people here had the chance to take a Cuban dance class this weekend at the Consulate General of Spain, downtown Xuhui District, as part of his Latin American Cultures Festival. Zhang Ningben has more.
Several dozen Chinese expats tried to copy the moves of their teacher, Cuban dancer Sheila Montes de Oca, on Saturday night. They were dancing the rumba, a mix of African and Spanish dances that traces its roots to 16th century Cuba. The Spanish consulate organized the dance class as a part of a series on Latin American cultures.
We belong to the same culture, we speak the same language. I think that that's what we are really united by that. Yeah? Next week there will be Carreras, one of our opera singers, one of the most well-known, and also some music, for example, some jazz, and also some flamenco groups.
The students were a mix of experienced dancers and first-timers.
最先是喜欢音乐，然后
I started to love Latin American music in the 1990s. I have been learning their dances for 5 years now, since I've retired. I usually do international standard ballroom dancing, but today I learned pure folk dancing. We can dance as soon as the music starts.
随时随地只要有音乐就可以。
如果这边有类似的活动 I don't know the rumba well, so if there are more classes here, I will take part.
非常好，tiene mucha captación.
These students dance well. They have a good sense of rhythm and musicality. They're passionate. I also teach Cuban dance in Qidong in Jiangsu province. I have more than 30 Chinese students, and I take them to many provincial competitions. They dance well.
Consulate plans to introduce other Latin American activities this year, including music, art exhibitions, and literature. Cuban expats are happy about that.
Most usual questions I ever received from Chinese. Okay, yeah. First, how do we dance? How do we manage to move our body that way? And the second question could be like, how do we live? I would like to introduce about Cuba, the culture, the history, and the traditions from the people that live in Cuba and then been for more than 300 years old traditions around growing up in the island.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The festival will showcase the cultures of Cuba, Mexico, Chile, and Colombia. It runs through the end of June. For reporter Liu Renshan, Zhang Ningben, Shanghai Live.
And now let's take a look at some of the events going on this